Hello and welcome to the Motocross Network. My name is Trevor and I'll be your host. In today's video, we'll be looking at a bit of an odd but awesome story and give you an explanation as to why it happened. That story is the winner of Foxborough Supercross, Aaron Plessinger, was shouted out by a representative on the floor of Congress yesterday. Now, before we get into that story, first, I want you guys to head to the mxnetwork.store and check out our magazine. In 2025, we'll be doing more issues in a single year than we ever have. Here's a look at some we have on hand. We got issue number 11. This is actually from late last year, but I count it as this year. King of Paris, Cooper Webb, Beast Mode, Eli Tomac. Issue number 13. Issue number 12, we got Joe Shimoda. And then we also have restocked the entire site so you can get stuff from last year or from when we first started. This was Chase Sexton back at the end of the season when he finally got dominant in pro motocross. And we even have, just for this story, look at that, A Cowboy Rises, Aaron Plessinger, issue number 7. This is after he won his very first Supercross race, so you can check that out as well. We also have a few available for pre-order. Issue number 14, 15, and 16 are up for pre-order. They're in production as we speak, so you can pre-order them now, and we'll ship them to you as soon as we get them. Anyway, go check it out. The mxnetwork.store. Links in the description. Huge thanks to all of you who bought a copy. The support means the world to us. All right, today's story is the ultimate crossover. Well, for me anyways, as I am and always have been a political junkie. Politics were actually my original professional aspiration, whether it be running for a position in government or being in the media. I wanted to be involved in Washington in some way, shape, or form. Luckily, somewhere along the way, I gained some sanity and decided to shift my focus back into my other passion, motocross. Anyway, a story came out yesterday that caught people off guard a bit, both in Washington and in motocross, and that was Congressman Morgan Luttrell giving a shout-out and monologue to Aaron Plessinger in the House of Representatives on the floor of Congress. Now, most people in our sport have never even heard of Luttrell before, so let me give you a quick introduction on him. Morgan Luttrell is a congressman representing the 8th District of Texas. He is a military veteran who served for many years as a Navy SEAL. He also has ridden dirt bikes and been a fan of moto since he was a little kid. His primary focus in Congress is supporting military veterans and helping get their programs more funding. After serving the military, he also had an academic focus on neurology, specifically on traumatic brain injuries and recovery for it. Now, in the political world, I wouldn't call him a heavy hitter necessarily. He does have some prominence. He's been a part of some big bills and movements in Congress, but I'd consider him more of a political middleweight per se. Luttrell certainly isn't a household name like others. If you remember, this isn't actually the first time he has popped up in our sport, though. He appeared on Race Day Live for Arlington Supercross back in 2024. For those of you who don't remember or haven't seen his interview on there, here it is.
In person. Right now, Morgan Luttrell is here in person. You are a congressman, District 8 in Texas, is that right?
That's absolutely right, yes sir.
Just north of Houston, Texas?
Yes sir, Montgomery, yes sir.
And you have a rich history in the military. You were in for 14 years as a Navy SEAL?
Yes sir.
And thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you very much. And
I love hearing, trust me, veterans, we love hearing people say that. That means the world to us.
Yeah, no, hey, and we mean it. I think especially in this building, of anywhere in this sport with Supercross, all the fans.
Texas loves our veterans, and Texas showed up today. You saw that in the previous scene. I mean, we're here to watch the race.
Yeah,
we're excited about it.
And so talk about your combination of being in the military and then also riding dirt bikes with your family.
Well, I grew up riding dirt bikes. Dad kind of instilled my twin brother and I early on, so kind of walked ourselves up through the smaller bikes. We even had a three-wheeler back in the day when when three-wheelers were safe.
Before they were outlawed.
Before they were outlawed. Back in the in the 70s days when you could get away with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And as far as the military goes, family lineage, our family history, the majority of males and a lot of the young ladies in our family served in the military. So that was something that our father instilled in us at an early age. That hey, look. When you turn 18, you can go to work, you can go to school, or you can go to the military, but you can't stay here.
Right.
But we've always been a very patriotic family. We're fifth-generation Texan family, too. So, Texans, we love our state, we love our country.
Yeah, so again, he went through that quick five generations of Texans.
Yeah, I have two sons. They're sitting outside right now, 6 generations of Texans.
And they ride as well.
They do ride. Yeah. My baby's on a 50, and my son, I think he's ready for an 85. We'll see. We're kind of tentative.
And before you moved to the Congress, you got advanced degrees, and part of them are in neurology. Talk about that, because you've used your experience in the military and your knowledge to create programs to help vets, not only physically, but mentally as well through your research.
Yes, sir. I'm very focused on traumatic brain injury and cognitive insults. I had a brain injury when I was in the military, and as I exited, went back into my advanced degree studying neural connectivity, memory retrieval, and that transcends the military. I'm moving to first responder, but the guys and gals right behind me, they have a lot of what we call insults that cause cognitive decline, and we focus in on those guys too. It's something we're chipping away at. The brain's very complex, and hopefully we can find the answers to say, hey, look, where you're good to go. And the head injuries are a thing of the past. Not there yet, but
right.
Working on it.
No, and that's fantastic. And not just for our civilians, but our veterans, which are whatever we can do, any of us, to help our veterans, I think that's a priority. And that's been true as you're serving as a congressman.
Absolutely.
And you're part of the Veteran Foreign Affairs?
I am on the Veterans Affairs Committee. I'm a chairman for disability assistance. I'm very passionate about that, very laser focusing on our veterans and veteran health care. Spend a lot of time in Washington, D.C., make sure we move legislation and money in the proper directions to make sure our veterans are taken care of.
Well, hey, thank you so much for your service in the military,
in the
Navy, and from all of us, thank you for continuing to serve as a public servant, as a congressman. And we know how much you love this country and love this sport and love our vets. So,
absolutely.
Again, Morgan Luttrell, you can follow him on Instagram. Check him out. Follow his journey.
As you can see, Luttrell is a huge fan of our sport, and some people have begun calling him the motocross representative or congressman of moto. Yesterday, he lived up to those nicknames, taking time out of his day and using his speaking time in Congress to recognize Aaron Plessinger's achievement in Foxborough. Here's the clip of him speaking on the floor to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Speaker, I rise today to recognize the Monster Energy American Motocross Association professional supercross rider Aaron Plessinger on his remarkable victory and his second career win under what many are calling the worst conditions in track history this year. This wasn't just a race, it was a test of endurance, resilience, and unwavering determination. In the face of deep ruts, relentless mud, and brutal terrain, Mr. Plessinger, the cowboy, displayed not only exceptional athleticism, but also the kind of mental toughness that defines true champions. His performance serves as an inspiration, not only to inspiring athletes, but to Americans who know the success that often comes when the odds are stacked against them. Aaron, the cowboy, we salute your grit, your perseverance, and your example. Congratulations on a well-earned victory. Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
Now, to most, this seems very weird, like a crossover that we didn't need. So, why did it happen? Politically, this kind of speech serves a few purposes. First, it's a way to connect with voters on a human level, showing Luttrell isn't just about policy, but also celebrates local or national figures who inspire. On top of that, Plessinger's Ohio roots and success in a tough blue-collar sport might appeal to a broad audience, including Luttrell's district. Now, secondly, it gets entered into the congressional record, a permanent archive which can boost Plessinger's profile and indirectly promote our sport, something that can matter to the fans or industry stakeholders that are in Luttrell's orbit. Finally, it's not uncommon for lawmakers to use floor time for shout-outs like this. It's a low-stakes way to build goodwill without stirring up controversy, so this happens relatively often. So in the end, it's less about why this matters to Congress and more about why it matters to Luttrell. I was wondering if Plessinger has heard about this, and luckily this information did reach him, and he was thrilled about it. He responded to Luttrell's post saying, quote, "Thank you, man. I really appreciate this." As for Morgan Luttrell, I'm glad we have a moto fan in office. Politically, I probably line up somewhere close to him, but don't agree with everything. I will be reaching out to him or his office for an interview. I would love to arrange that. As a Politico and a moto guy, interviewing him would be a huge deal for me, so I'm going to work on that. What are your guys' thoughts on all of this? How do you feel about Morgan Luttrell's congressional monologue on Plessinger's win? Would you like me to get an interview with him? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to go check out our magazines on the mxnetwork.store. We have it fully restocked, like I said. Past issues are available. And then, of course, this year's issues, number 12, number 13, and you can pre-order 14, 15, and 16. They are all in production and will be here soon. Again, huge thanks to those who bought a copy. Your support is actually helping us make it to the Nationals this summer, so thank you guys so much. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.